Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's cozy hour right here today. So let's get on with the reading and see what we have. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards. These are animal cards. They will give us a word that will relate to something that's on your mind right now, that you need some advice on at this time in your life. So let's see what card we're working with today. So we have an ending, the moth and eucalyptus. That's a nice one. So this might be an ending that you are orchestrating yourself now. I feel for many this could be the end to a chapter in your life. This could be the end of a relationship. I feel like there's more than one aspect to this. So first one is the end of a relationship. Perhaps you have, the last card we had was about introspection. It was about looking at how you're acknowledging and following your intuition. And your intuition perhaps is calling to you to make an ending here, to make some changes that resonate with where you are right now, which is never an easy thing. So if you're here for love and support, then you are more than welcome. If you would like a more personalised reading to help you through this, then please do get in touch and we can organise that. For some, this might be an ending actually relating to other aspects of your life. So this might not be to do with a relationship. This might be more to do with the ending of a job or career that you are looking into, or that you've been in for such a long time. Maybe you are looking at changing. And I do feel there is a collective right now that is moving from, say, like an employed position to a self-employed position. So if you have a budding idea right now, you've got something that you want to grow, this is a good time to throw yourself into that. And sometimes ending one thing gives you the time and attention to move on. Whatever this ending is about, what I've just been given there is it will all work out okay. You will be okay. And if being supported is a concern for you, just know that you will be supported, is what I'm being given here. Is whatever this ending is for you, you are going to be supported through it. You're not going to suffer. You're not going to be on your own. And actually, and this is something else that's coming through, have you ever been in a relationship, right? And you think everybody likes that person that you're with. As soon as you turn around and tell people like, oh, I'm ending the relationship with such and such, and they go, oh, I'm so glad, I really didn't like them, or there was something about them that I didn't feel resonated with you, or you just didn't seem to click. Sometimes you might then be relieved and think, oh, I'm actually making the right decision here, because I actually feel like a bit of a jerk. I feel quite like I'm not being very kind here. You have to go along in life moving through the cycles that suit you, that resonate with you. And sometimes that means an ending to something. So I'm going to pick some runes. So that's the moth and the eucalyptus on there. I'm going to just actually read what it says in the book about this, because sometimes it gives you words and things that can... It's number 13, actually, which is death and rebirth in the tarot deck. So that is, it's going through a transformation right now. And sometimes, you know, endings can feel quite sad. There's a grieving process that you have to go through whenever you have to end something. So just be gentle with yourself during that time. So here it says, an ending is imminent. This could mean the end of a relationship, a hobby or interest, a job, or any number of other things. While endings sometimes mark loss, they don't always. And even if we do experience grief, we have the power to emerge from it with a better understanding of ourselves. How can I be more accepting of change? What tools do I have that might help me feel safe and protected when a change occurs in my life? So that's going back to that. You will be supported. Spirit wants you to know that you are being guided to make this choice, to make this decision to end something. I feel like I'm pulling things away from my heart here. I feel like a lot of you, if you're about to go through this ending and you haven't gone through this ending yet, it's going to actually make you feel lighter. If you know an ending is imminent and maybe you're not the one that is wanting the ending, even so, it's going to be good for you. It will spark that transformation. It will throw you into transformation. So let me just get a rune. I'm going to pick 3 runes actually to guide us on this. So we've got Tiwaz, which is about commitment to self. So this ending is about your commitment to yourself. It's actually you taking responsibility for how you really feel. This just keeps happening. We have the rune of trust. So commitment to yourself, trusting the process. Ingwas can also be about that introspection as well. So being guided by your intuition. It can also signal a time for when a new beginning is imminent as well. So it's trust that you will have that new beginning. And we have Manas, which is awareness of yourself. I feel you have really taken a look at yourself. It's almost like you've sat in front of a mirror and you've really seen the deepest, darkest parts of your soul here. And you've actually started to break through illusion. And I do feel for many of you, this could be to do with the ending of a relationship. And it feels to me like this is actually the best thing that could happen for you, because you are following your intuition. You're being guided by your commitment to yourself. You are going through a transformation right now, and what you thought was for you is no longer for you anymore. This is a totally new chapter, a new beginning that is moving through. Now again, I know for many of you this is, oh, I've got the wrong pack. This is to do with a relationship that you're with somebody. But for some of you, if it's to do with work, this could actually be about the relationships with people that you're working with. I do wonder if there's somebody here that's potentially running a business where you are a co-creator with somebody else, and this is an ending to do with that. So if that resonates, just pop a little emoji or something down there in the comments, or do get in touch with me and we can delve deeper into that reading to find out, you know, what actions to take next. So let's have a look at what's coming next from this point, because I feel for many of you there's a, you know, you're feeling quite, oh, that's changed. I was going to say you're feeling quite sad about this, but there's a little spark of something else. Almost like this is actually enlightening you. It's lifting something off you and allowing you to almost breathe again. It's like an honesty to yourself. You know, you are actually really allowing your truth to be seen. Allowing other people to be aware of what you've become aware of within yourself. It's like you are going through what's called like an ego death almost. This is changing your perception of what your identity is and who you are in this place. So what is your next action on here? So what is the next action going to be for this person? Dropped all of the cards. So this is somebody coming out of the dark. Something's going to be revealed here, the Five of Pentacles. So this could be you revealing how you truly feel in this connection, in this place and time in your life. You may have been feeling like you've been out in the cold for a while, and now you're kind of like deciding to open the door, unlock something, let it out. That's funny. Tiwaz just went in the reverse position. So there's almost an element of doubt here. And I feel like it's almost like staying with what you know because it feels fairly safe and comfortable, or stepping out into what feels natural and right for you at this time. We have the Knight of Cups on here, so I feel like maybe you've been looking for something on a romantic sense, and not being able to find it. Yeah, it's like a loss of that vibe of, you know, something really hitting you in the heart. So that might be a feeling of like, will I ever meet anybody else again? Will I ever meet anybody from that point? So let's have a look and see. Well, that's a yes. There's definitely, it's looking like on here. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So this is about you walking towards something. So I do feel like this is two different things. This looks like the ending of one thing and you're walking towards something that maybe you once walked away from. So the Eight of Cups, when it's that way up, is about walking away. It's sort of like, you know, you're that would signal the ending here, but this is about moving towards something. But there's some doubt here. There's doubts about that. We have the Six of Wands as well. So this is basically standing in the limelight. It's being seen. And with the Five of Pentacles there, I feel like maybe you are bringing something forward here. Maybe you are going to confess something or tell somebody something. It's got an element of freedom to it, almost like you've been waiting to shout something from the rooftops. So you've been waiting to really speak up and say how you feel at this time, and this is going to happen for you now. And we have the Ace of Cups, which shows and signals a new beginning. So if you were concerned about not meeting somebody else or not being able to find a connection again, well, on the horizon is a new beginning, and this can usually signal love, relationship coming forward for you as well. There are other elements to this too. Okay, got the Page of Pentacles on here, so I do feel like maybe for some of you there could be an element of procrastination here. So perhaps you are, this one's come out a lot lately, where it's kind of like you are maybe distracting yourself with other things right now and trying not to think about this. But this video, if you have been seeking something to give you advice or signs, it's showing you that this ending is near, if not already happening. And this is about like lack of commitment here. So there's an element of no commitment on here. And yeah, procrastination. So you're not really sort of allowing yourself to feel it or allow it. It's almost like you're sort of like sat on the fence here. You know this is inevitable, you know it's going to happen, but maybe just stalling a little bit on there. But we have the King of Pentacles here too. So this is quite like a stable energy. And it's what it's showing me with the cards that have come out on here is there's something changed within your energy since you've discovered this ending. It's given you a bit of a confidence, and I don't know if maybe you already have achieved something financially, but I feel like you will. So if that's been a concern of yours as well for this ending, then just know you will be stable, you will be okay. What was it we were saying at the beginning? You will be supported. So if that was a worry to you about, you know, if leaving a relationship, something about that concerned you on a financial level, you're going to be fine. You're actually going to be, you'll probably find when this ending occurs that you'll have more wealth, if you like, because something's been holding you back from that. Maybe it's been quite wearing, taking a lot of your time and attention away. What's happened to my cards? That's really weird. Oh, okay. So it's the bottom one. The bottom two, that were the wrong way around on there. There's an element here of, there's doubt. There's a lot of doubt that's occurring on this. So I do wonder if maybe you needed to know that an ending needs to happen here because you are doubting whether to end things or not. but you keep coming around this cycle of feeling down. There's something that's not fulfilling you in lots of ways. So if it's not fulfilling you and you're choosing it, you can only really expect more of the same feelings and thoughts about it. Okay, so what is this new beginning then? From this ending, what is this new beginning? You already know. You already know what this new beginning is. We have the High Priestess here. This is something that you have already seen, created, maybe even dreamt about. You know what this, you know what the next chapter is going to bring for you. It just hasn't happened as yet. Maybe you need to empower something here. I've got the Seven of Swords as well. So maybe this is something that you have been trying to run away from. Maybe trying to not think about, kind of like not telling yourself the truth about this. Or for some of you, it might just be that you needed a bit of time by yourself. You just needed that bit of time to focus on yourself. But you've actually been not on your own, but feeling alone, if that makes sense. If that resonates with you, again, please do get in touch and we can look into this deeper. But yeah, there's an element there of about this intuition. This is something that you know about, possibly dreamt about. A lot of, I think dream time's crazy at the moment. There's lots of, oh, okay. If you have been patient and waiting, and not really feeling like much is happening on here, there's something about a time of waiting is over, and also an ending to how things were before. So say, like, for instance, in a situation where there's been disharmony, then this is a time of actually bringing things into harmony. But I do feel for many, this is a time of like the period of waiting is now over. It's almost like you've come to the end of the road and you cannot unsee the answer now to what you need to do. This is the ending. You've reached the end of the road here, and the next part is visible for you. You've seen it, you know what to do, but for some reason there's doubt there. There's something holding you back. Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles on here after I said that. So this is about somebody that can't let go. And this might be to do with pride. It might be to do with, for many of you, if this is something about going back to something else, this might be about pride and not being able to allow yourself to be fully, you know, maybe you feel like you're going to have to acknowledge some things, or, you know, apologise in some kind of way, or there's something holding you back from being able to step into that. Or maybe you're waiting for an apology off somebody else in order to move forwards. And that's what you're waiting for on here. So it's like you're holding back from taking this direction because you're sort of like, well, you know, I know this is the next step, but I'm not sure I'm ready for it, or I'm going to hold on to this. Again, it comes back to where we were saying with Manaz about the ego death. So there's parts of a version of you that I feel are being left with this ending because you are growing into a newer version of yourself. But unfortunately, that means letting go of something else. Say, for instance, if you were a heavy wine drinker in this previous setting, you decide that version of me I'm no longer going to be. It might mean you are no longer that heavy wine drinker, but you really enjoy the wine. Do you see what I mean? That's just an example, but it might be something like that, where something actually that is desirable to you or serves a purpose of comfort, or, you know, a short-term hit, you will have to leave behind as well. And maybe that's what's keeping you held in this place, even though you know that this is an ending that needs to happen. It's a bit like, have you ever been in a relationship where you know you are constantly arguing and you cannot get out of the argument anymore? It doesn't matter how much you try, but you're not able to talk to each other in a nice way or anything. You just know that there's nothing left. But both people, it's a lot of effort then to sort of like separate finances, sell everything, there might be children involved, that kind of thing. It can be a difficult decision or situation, even though you know it's the truth, even though you know it's the way that you need to go. So unfortunately, you may find that there are going to be things that are going to be a little bit rocky, a little bit tricky to navigate. But if this is your truth and you are watching this video and you are getting these intuitive downloads about this, then this isn't a time for waiting anymore. This is a time for action. So let's see, what is your next action then on here? So what's going to happen next? If you were to let go, what would happen? Okay. If you were to let go, what would happen is the Two of Cups. So this is a union. This is a sacred bond. This is something much better than what you've experienced before. This is something that actually feels quite true to your heart. And as I'm saying this, I'm feeling somebody's heart like melting into this and really feeling that. Maybe this is making you feel overwhelmed a little bit with emotion, because that's kind of what I'm picking up on here. And it's an end to the Hermit. So we've got the Hermit in reverse on here as well. So this is kind of like a time where there's an end to this sort of like lonely feeling. And this is what you have been worried about, is, you know, am I gonna be lonely? Have I left it too late? I don't know. Am I too old to move on? Am I too... But if you're clinging on to this past version of yourself and not allowing this ending to happen, then you're not going to find this. It's going to hold you back from achieving actually what is true to your heart and what you really want. There's a lot in here with the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, Ingwas as well, commitment as well with Tiwas. There's something that definitely about that. We've got Tiwas, but also we've got, where was it? The Page of Pentacles in reverse. So that's like a lack of commitment almost. And Tiwas wanted to turn upside down before. So there's something about a doubt to do with commitment here, I feel. So maybe that is the reason for the ending in what you were in before. If you're being true and honest with yourself, maybe that's what the ending is all about on this one. Okay. So let's get our final word on this for you. Give you something good to take away right now. So when is this all going to take place? When is this going to take place? Just saw the Lovers on there as well. When is this going to take place? Okay, I'm going to have to take one. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles on here. So this is sort of like the beginning of a new time. So this to me feels like, actually, if this hasn't already happened, I see this happening by the beginning of March. So it's going to be in the next couple of weeks that this is, it's definitely the end of one thing and it's the beginning of the next one. As I said, the Moth and the Eucalyptus is number 13. 13 is death and rebirth. It's a cycle of transformation. It's letting go of fear and allowing yourself to move through those cycles to come out the other end with what you really want, the truth of what you need right now and where you want to be. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you and you would like to delve deeper into that, then please do drop me a comment or contact me. My details are in the description box. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a blessed day.